Hey, it's Jerry Norton, the nation's leading expert on wholesaling and flipping. And if you're new to real estate and you're considering doing your first fix and flip, this video is for you. I actually have 5 rules that you need to live and die by if you're gonna do your first fix and flip. Now listen, I've been flipping houses for 20 years. I've been coaching people on how to flip houses for about 15 years. And these 5 rules will save you a lot of heartache and a lot of money if you follow them. Okay, rule number 1 is it doesn't actually work. It doesn't work. Now, when I say it doesn't work, what I mean by that is it never goes how you think it will, especially in the beginning and even all throughout the process. Like I said, I've been doing this 20 years and very rarely does a fix and flip go exactly according to plan. 2 things happen. It doesn't sell for as much as you think it will, and it costs you more than you think it will to rehab. If you go into fix and flip knowing that, then what you can do is you can build in some buffers to anticipate that. Now I call this lose to win. Now what do I mean by lose to win? When I do a fix and flip, I want to go in with all the high expectations, but I want to build enough margin so that if I lose and it doesn't work according to plan, it sells for less and I go over budget on the rehab, I still make money. You know, I want to go into a rehab thinking I'm going to make $100,000, but if I screw up and only make 60, I'm okay with that. I can live with that result. What a lot of people do is they go in to make 25 or 30 and they lose 10 or 15 or worse. Okay, so always think about your first fix and flip that it's not going to work the way you think it will, and how can you lose to win on the deal? Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is to follow the 70% formula religiously. Now, if you're a wholesaler and you're watching this, you might have heard or you might be thinking, well, 70% doesn't work for wholesaling. I'm not talking about wholesaling. I'm talking about flipping. The formula for wholesale is whatever the cash buyers are paying less my wholesale fee. So if they're paying 75% of ARV or 80% of ARV, or you have a hedge fund that pays 90% of ARV, whatever the formula is in your market that other people are doing, back out your wholesale fee, that's your buy price. So set that aside. I'm not talking about wholesaling. I'm talking about you buying the deal, you fixing it up, and you flipping it. So I live and die by the 70% formula. Why? Why is the 70% formula so critical? What actually is the 70%? Well, if you think about it, 70% is we're going to take 15% out for cost, and that's going to cover commissions, and that's going to cover closing fees, and that's going to cover financing, or what I call carrying cost. About 9% of the ARV, when you go to sell it, about 9% of that sale price goes to commissions and closing fees, roughly 8 to 9%. The other 6% goes to carrying costs, cost of money, to borrow hard money, private money to do the deal. So right out of the gate, 15% of your sale price is chewed up in cost. So what's the other 15%? The other 15% is your profit. So what does that mean? It means this 30% we have to take right off the top. Now that keeps you safe. That's a safe formula that builds you guardrails in the event things happen. Most people don't follow a 15% profit formula and therefore get themselves into trouble. Now I want you to think about something. If you go a 75% formula or an 80% formula, anything other than 70, where is the only place you can steal from the budget? Profit, because your cost is your cost. You got to pay agents to sell it. You got to pay closing fees. You got to pay for capital unless you're self-funding, right? So that cost is fairly fixed. You can't do much about that. The only place you can take from when you go out of formula is profit. The more you take away from the profit, the less you make on the deal and the more risk you create because you don't have those guardrails to keep you safe and profitable. That's why I follow the 70% formula. I follow this formula during the boom. I follow it when it's down. Sometimes it'll even go down to 65% if I'm in a declining market. But I follow this formula religiously to keep me safe. Now, most of you aren't going to listen to me. You're going to go out and you're going to get a deal and you're going to pay 75, 80% of ARV, and then you're going to go over budget. It's not going to sell for as much and you're going to lose money. And then you're going to watch this video and be like, yeah, I see what I did, or I should have listened to Jerry. One of those 2 things will happen. Now you may be wondering right now, okay, does that formula change based on the price point of ARV? Great question. That takes us to rule number 3, which is to only flip where you have a minimum ARV of 500,000. 500,000. Now, why 500,000? Follow my logic here. This is going to keep you into the high margin, especially if you're following the 70% formula. Because at the 70% formula, if you're flipping a $500,000 house at a 15% profit margin, you should be making 75,000 as your profit, assuming you hit those numbers. If it sells for less and you go over budget, maybe you make 50, maybe you make 45, maybe you make 40, whatever, but you're going into the deal with a goal of at least making 75,000. Look, here's the thing, guys. You have to think about margin over volume when it comes to fix and flip. A volume model is a very dangerous model. And if you're brand new and you're doing your first fix and flip, you want to hit this thing out of the park. You want to make a healthy profit. And staying at a minimum ARV of 500 is going to keep you up there in that safe margin where you have room for error, you have room to make mistakes and still make money. Remember rule number 1, you want to lose to win. You want to go in to make 75, and if you completely screw up, you only make 30, well, you can live with that, right? Because you still make money on the deal. This is how you can be safe doing your first fix and flip. Do not flip at the $100,000 price point. Don't flip your first deal at $200,000. Even at the 15% formula, you're not making very much money. One of the biggest rules I've learned in flipping is it's just as much work to do a little deal as it is to do a big deal. So why not do big deals? Guys, I do flips that are $1 million profit. They're $3, $4, $5 million ARV houses, and I make massive profit on the deal. Why? Because I'm looking at the margin, not the volume of the business, and I'm following the same formulas. So the 70% formula, as I go up in ARV, if I do an $800,000 ARV or $1 million ARV, I don't change my formula. I still stay at 70%. Why? Well, as I go up in price point, I also take on more risk, more capital. So I better have a margin equivalent to the risk or to the price point. The further up in price I go, the more money I want to make. All right, rule number 4 is very important, and this is cosmetic only. So when I say cosmetic rehab, what am I referring to here? So a cosmetic rehab is a surface rehab. It means you're going to be doing maybe cabinets, countertops, floors, paint, right? You're just touching the surfaces of the house. You're not going crazy with a full-blown gut, a redesign, tearing down walls, putting up headers, adding additions. Stay away from all of that, especially in the beginning. Those rehabs run away on your budget, a lot of time, energy, and effort. Just avoid those ones. Stick to a cosmetic rehab in the beginning. Okay, and finally, rule number 5 is probably what you're not expecting to hear when it comes to flipping, but it's to not flip. Instead, to wholesale first. Now, what I mean by that is, in the beginning of your business, you want to be focusing on that fast producing cash. You want to learn how to transact really well. You want to learn how to identify a good deal, how to find a buyer, how to line up the parties, how to do the closings. You want to get some money in the bank account doing low risk and fast turnaround deals. That's wholesaling. I recommend you don't fix and flip at the beginning of your journey. Now, if you've been wholesaling for a while and you're wholesaling at a high level and you're consistent and you've got a really well-built business and you want to transition into flipping, okay, that might make sense for you. Here's the way I run all of my operations with my different partners in my different markets. We don't start flipping, and we don't even flip at a high level until we're producing at a wholesale level with our wholesale operation consistently. And my goal with my operators is about $100,000 a month in revenue. I want to be doing $1 million a year in wholesale revenue consistently, month after month, $100,000 in revenue before we even think about fix and flip. And then when we do think about fix and flip, we're going to be very selective, we're going to be very choosy, we're going to follow these rules religiously, and we're only going to take on maybe a few throughout the year, maybe one at a time, and we're going to continue to wholesale. It's going to be 80% wholesale, maybe 20% fix and flip, or maybe 90-10, 90% wholesale, 10% fix and flip. Then as we progress, maybe year 2, year 3, or as time goes on, and you're getting your wholesale revenue dialed in, more consistent, or even bigger, then maybe you consider some more flips, right? Or maybe you raise the bar on the types of flips that you do. Maybe you have a minimum. If it doesn't make me $100,000, I'm not going to touch it for a fix and flip. Because why? Never forget rule number one, it doesn't work. It's inconsistent. It's hard to scale. It's hard to build a model that fixes and flips. So I'm a much bigger believer in wholesaling because wholesaling is very predictable. We know right down to the T that if I spend so much money on lead gen and marketing, I'm going to get so many leads. I'm going to convert those leads at a certain percentage. I can bank on a certain average revenue per contract, and I can build a business with some fairly consistent metrics that I can count on. I know that if I put in the work, I spend the money on the marketing, I learn how to close properly, I do the right types of margins on the deals, that I can build a predictable business that is scalable. That's wholesaling. Fix and flip is very unpredictable because of the nature of rehabbing existing old homes, right? You never know what you're gonna get when you're doing those fix and flips, so it makes it very roller coaster. I do not wanna be, and I've done this in my career, a fix and flip only business where all I'm doing is flips and I'm not doing any wholesaling. That is a very dangerous business model. A lot of people can't sustain that well. If you were to put a full-time fix and flip only investor and you were to put them side by side to a full-time wholesale operation, I guarantee you the wholesale operation is making way more money than the fix and flip operation. If you're getting into this business, wholesale first. Get that really dialed in. You decide what dialed in means. You decide what that revenue should look like before you start looking at flips, and then follow these other rules. Lose to win, stick to that 70% formula, stay out of the low income and get up there in the higher ARVs. It's going to give you a bigger profit margin. Make sure you're only doing cosmetic flips, and make sure that you're really good at transacting and making money in wholesaling first. Now, one of the things I do in my mentor program called Fast Track is I help you first dial this in, get to deal number one if that's where you're at, then how to build a 6-figure income, and then how to transition and scale into a 7-figure business. Doing a combination of wholesaling and flipping, but how to do that in a very strategic, very smart way, building in the processes, building in the systems, so that you can do this in a sustainable way to grow into that type of wealth and income. And then you can move on into building a portfolio or getting into lending and other things. But the first focus is learn how to transact, learn how to wholesale, start to introduce fix and flip, build the model, do $1 million a year, and then go on to doing multi-million dollars a year. That's what I help people do. It's called Fast Track. Now, my Fast Track program is an exclusive community, and it is by application and interview only to get chosen to be in that program. So if that sounds interesting to you, go to fasttrackwithjerry.com to learn more. And finally, when the time is right and you're really ready to maybe scale some fix and flip or do bigger deals or more deals, then I want you to watch a video where I break down how it only takes 13 deals to make $1 million flipping houses. So watch that video now, and I'll see you on the next video.